So enough about me. I want to introduce the candidate, our future U.S. Senator from Massachusetts, our good friend, Senator Scott Brown.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kind of a weird echo here, but I want to thank everybody for coming out and spending time with us tonight and you know, being patrons here in this wonderful bar. It's known, obviously, in the area as the place to come and hang out and have fun and meet people, and great food, great conversation. And I want to thank everybody for coming here, and obviously, you awake? Yeah. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. We had an event at Dennis and Mary's house last night, and it went very well. And I greatly appreciate their hospitality. And you know, this is a very big election right now. It's an important election that affects every single one of you in this building. And from the beer tax that we passed, the hotel, the meals, cable television, sales tax. You're going to potentially tax your gas, put a mileage chip in you for miles to tax that. 3 speakers being indicted, 2 senators resigning in disgrace, a third one was recently, someone in jail, a senator in jail. It's just such a sense of entitlement, not only in Beacon Hill, but you look what's happening in Washington. And let me tell you the new development. And I know we have some friends over there taping me. We've asked them nicely not to do it, but you're welcome to stay. Please honor our wishes. The latest development is Senator Kirk, the interim senator, which we manipulated the Senate succession issue to make sure that we had that 60th vote to kind of ram things through. Well, he announced today that he's not resigning, and that Secretary of State thinks he needs to wait till every single ballot's counted and recounted and triply counted, and they're not going to certify me until after the health care debate. Now, you know what that does? That makes me sick to my stomach. That the sense of entitlement and the way that things are in Washington are just so far out of control that you all should just rise up and say, I've had enough of the manipulation of the process. The backroom deals. Nebraska, Louisiana, the selling of votes up there, it's out of control. The out of control taxation, the out of control spending, $12 trillion national debt and counting, with no accountability to you or me or your kids, your grandkids. And this race is about difference, and I've said this many times. Martha's a good woman. I have great respect for her effort as being a prosecutor, but she's wrong on all the issues. And we've called on her to stand up against the manipulation of another vote in Washington. We've called on her tonight to stand up and say, no, no, whoever wins, you certify them right away so they can go down and properly represent as elected officers in the Senate to represent the people of this state. That's what we've called her to do. So I'm hopeful that you will also ask her through the blogs, through your friends, through the phone calls to say, what are you going to do, Martha? Are you going to stand up and start believing in good government? Or are you going to let it continue? You're going to let the bad government, the total out-of-control spending, the out-of-control conversation, the lack of being civil to each other? We're in some very serious trouble, folks. We've got people who are flying in planes in Christmas, wanting to kill our kids and all of us here. God forbid one of us was on that plane. Our kids, our moms or dads. Well, Martha wants to basically give them attorneys at taxpayer expense. You're all paying for this guy right now. And give him constitutional rights that he's not entitled to.
Boo! No way!
Yeah, boo. They're enemy combatants. They should be treated as such. They should go to Guantanamo Bay. Appropriate holding facility. They should be interrogated by all lawful means. And no, that does not include waterboarding. It's not lawful. The president has said that he no longer wants to use that, and that's fine. I respect him and I support him. So anything that you're reading otherwise that's twisting my words around is wrong. Okay, but I'll tell you what, if we have a time bomb situation and there's, right down the street, there's a nuclear device about to go off and we have somebody in custody and they call the president and say, sir, we need to use another technique. We think we have him. It's going to blow up in an hour. Do we have your permission? And if he then reverses his executive order, I would support him with that as well, because he is the commander-in-chief, and I support him in a whole host of things. For example, the way he's handling North Korea, I think he's doing a marvelous job. The carrot and stick approach, he's doing it perfectly, trust me. When you're dealing with Afghanistan right now, I thought the fact that he took the time, the 4 months, to figure it out and make sure that he did it the right way, to make sure that he looked at all the factors that would lead to sending our men and women into harm's way, and I respect him for that. As somebody who's served for 30 years and understands the whole issues of war and peace and think about it every day, I respect him and I commend him for that. The difference between Martha and me is that she does not even think, she's not even supporting her own president and her own party on such a vital issue of national defense and security for us. And I find that wrong. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was caught in Pakistan. First thing he said, I'll see you in New York with my attorneys. Well, his attorneys are the guys that we're paying about $500 million for. We're giving him constitutional rights that he's not entitled to, creating a whole situation there where there's going to be problems. You know it, I know it. If you keep the courthouse safe, what are the hospitals and the subways and all the other stuff that's going to be happening in protest over that trial in New York City? I'm hopeful that if I get down there, I can sit with the president or the appropriate authorities and talk to them. I understand there's some grumblings about people maybe reconsidering it based on everything that's happening. We can do better. We can do better to protect ourselves. Martha Coakley believes that we should in fact grant constitutional rights to these people, and you all should pay for his trial. I don't. This race is about differences. It's not about personalities. It's not about outside, parties coming in, flying in, Clinton, the president, all these special interest groups. It's not about them. It's about Martha and me, talking about differences, talking about the things that affect you and you and you and you. The $2.1 trillion that she's supporting and has supported throughout the primary process of extra taxation over the next 5 years for you. She wants to pass a health care bill that's going to crush Massachusetts businesses. It's going to cut $500 billion from Medicare. It's going to increase costs of $1 trillion, fees, taxes to pay for it. If you have a union plan, I know there's some union brothers here and sisters, you're going to get taxed. You have police officers, fire, good corporate plans, you're going to be taxed. It's not good for Massachusetts, so I can stop it cold if they give me a chance, because I just found tonight, driving over here, I almost threw up because I was so upset that they would do something so brazen and in your face. In your face to say, you know what, we don't care that you overwhelmingly elected Brown. Or Coakley, let's say that she's elected. Then I don't know if it applied, they'd probably just get her right down there, but for me they said February 19th is when they're going to send me. Over a month later. Are you kidding me? So you need to talk about an issue to fire you up. I'm so fired up, I just can't, I'm in shock still.